All right, we're back. We're finally back. It's been, I don't know what, 9 months? I was trying to look at our last video we posted, and I think it's been about 9 months. Might have been December. Maybe November.
It was last year.
Yeah, it might have been November, which, so we haven't been around for 2020. I don't know. Someone did comment on one of the videos I saw that they were asking where we were.
Oh.
I think. It was the way they worded it. I didn't know if they're asking, if they're like kind of concerned or asking like, hey, are you guys okay? Where are you at? Or if they were like, man, where are you guys at on this video? Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't sure.
Go either way.
Yeah, we do get those. So we've been staying busy, just not doing videos. But we are back. We've actually done some videos.
Yeah,
we have some old videos. There's been... one thing I wanted to mention, there was a few that we did and that weren't uploaded. We had some trouble with them. But there is some that we did do also around the same time that we will be uploading. So we will put that up soon.
So in other words, we'll put up a bunch of videos and some of them I'm fatter than others.
I guess in these months you've lost some weight.
Yeah, instead of gaining quarantine weight, I lost weight. That's good.
That's a good thing. I've lost, I've probably lost a few pounds, like around 5 maybe. But I do have a quarantine hair. I don't know if you can see. I did cut my own hair, so I don't know how it looks on camera. I think it looks okay. In person, you can tell it's bad.
No, it's fine.
Actually, this video was a quick update, and we wanted to talk about Project Power. Project Power, right?
Project
I know,
Power.
I keep mixing it up. Netflix movie, I don't know, you've probably seen it. Actually, real quick, before we get into that review, just over our, the few months, and since we've just been home, locked down, as you know, on the channel, we've actually done a lot of movie reviews. Like, that was a big part of our life, was going to the movies, and we review them.
That's the biggest difference with the COVID and all this quarantine and stuff, because we don't really go out and do much.
Yeah.
And we do travel, I guess.
Yeah, we would do little road trips. You would go home, which I don't know if you ever mentioned. I think we have before that we are in Arizona, but your hometown, Colorado. So we would go to Colorado a lot.
But our everyday life we usually go to movies a lot.
Yeah.
So
you've seen it on the channel.
We're kind of fiending for that. So, I mean, Netflix and Hulu, and, some movies have been coming out that are pretty, good movies, so.
The newest one and the biggest release recently was Project Power, which we are going to do a quick review. But I was just going to throw out there, if you haven't seen, so over the time, this few months, just going back, actually it was like in one weekend, they had released on Netflix and Hulu, they released Old Guard and Palm Springs. Highly recommend those, both of them.
Yeah.
I really like Palm Springs.
Yeah, I was gonna say over time, I think Palm Springs stands out even more. That's just a really good movie.
It's
I would rewatch that a lot. Yeah. So, anyways, the most recent one is now this Project Power. We watched it yesterday. Thoughts?
So I was disappointed.
Oh.
You love it?
No, I'm just
okay.
We haven't talked, so I don't know.
Yeah. No. It. Okay. No. There's a lot of good stuff in it. Like, I really liked the characters. I liked the premise and the setup. Where the story goes and the direction, I guess, it kind of feels a little clumsy. So yeah, we watched it yesterday. I'm just kind of struggling here to remember the exact issues with it. It's okay, it's fine. Again, I'm disappointed because from the start, from the trailer, I like the premise. It's a superhero movie, but also like it's a drug. Basically, what is it? Limitless. That was sort of
like a Limitless meets Supers meets like social commentary.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So with the trailer, the premise, setup, Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I was on board. I liked the cast.
Yeah.
I liked the characters. I thought they were all good. all of them. The new girl, I wish I had her name. I will put it down at the bottom here. The three main characters had good performances. I just was hoping he would go somewhere else or give them a little more. And it kind of felt a little flat. Again, it's not bad. It's okay. I mean, it's Netflix. I mean, you can just... everyone has Netflix or get someone's account. You can easily... It's not like you're going to the movies and throwing down $10 for a ticket.
Yeah.
So, for that, go watch it right now if you have Netflix.
But I will say this, though. I feel like some of these Netflix movies that are like sci-fi or fantasy, including Old Guard, and I'm thinking all the way back to like Bright. All of those, to me, it's almost like they're setting up a universe, but they're not telling you really anything about the universe. And it's so that makes for, really, if you just judge the movie on its own, it's not great. Like, you want to know more about that world, and yeah, they're maybe planning to make sequels, so you will get a bigger picture, but if you're really just judging the movie on its own, even with Old Guard, which was good, and I know it has comic books and stuff, so it makes me want to read those to get a bigger picture, but it's just like a little piece, and you don't get the whole world, you don't really get a lot of backstory, so I don't know if that's just a Netflix, like, because it's a Netflix thing, and they think, okay, well, we're definitely going to put more money into it if it gets the views, so I don't know.
I would think they could easily make sequels.
But that makes it feel more almost like episodic then, like it would be better as a series then, or something for these different movies.
We had said that about Old Guard. It could have been a series.
Yeah, that definitely could have been a series. Well. I think that's it. I know I'm going way back for Bright, which I finally barely watched. That's why it's fresh in my mind. I really liked the concept of that world. It didn't mean it was a very great movie. It wasn't exactly executed well, but I like the concept of the world. So I don't know. This kind of falls in between those for me.
Because it was a drug, I wasn't necessarily like caught up in the world.
Yeah,
Old Guard, I was and there is probably. I mean, it looks like there's a sequel to that coming. So yeah, I'm on board for that. Like, I want to see more of these characters or this mythology, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. It's more of a positive, like you are eager to want to know more about it. Whereas with this one, I got the impression that there might be sequels, though, because even the cop, Joseph Gordon-Levitt tells Jamie Foxx something about it's all over, and he's like, well, it is for me, or something. I was like, oh, so they're planning make sequels if it does good. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, because when you said that, talking about Old Guard and the overall like expanded universe, I guess, I was thinking, what movie was that where it really felt like that? Like, oh, we're just like getting this little story out of this big world, and which it wasn't even like a superhero movie or anything, but it was that Hotel Artemis. I remember thinking that. Because that, again, not superhero, but it was kind of more set in the near future. Anyway, it was good. It was entertaining, but it was just like a small little snippet, because it was a really short movie, too.
Yeah.
It was just a small snippet taken out of this world. And that was one I was like, oh, wow, I really wish we knew these other characters and more. And like, that there is more substance there, where I feel this doesn't really have that.
One thing I was gonna say that was just funny when I noticed when we were watching Project Power. So the guy, what was his name? Biggie? Oh, the guy who played Xerxes in 300.
Right. Yeah.
I just kept calling him Xerxes. But anyways, so he's real kind of like fancy throughout, like real, like a villain, like dressed real nice and stuff. But then it gets to the scene and he's wearing this like suit that, in my mind, I was like, is this supposed to be like fancy high fashion? Because it looks like those, well, I'll show you. It looks like these clothes meant for toddlers. It's for little kids to wear, and then it stretches and they could grow with their clothes instead of going through so many clothes, and it's like, better for the environment, whatever.
Right.
But then I go, oh, as soon as they reveal his power, he gets big, but he's still ripped out of his clothes.
Right.
Yeah, but they did grow with him a bit. Otherwise, he'd just be naked. That's always the problem with like the Hulk and stuff. Is like you would just be naked.
Right.
Did you happen to look up Rotten Tomatoes?
No. Did you?
I did. Yes, because I knew with me, I was kind of like, I like it. I like it, and it's a good little escape. It's the best we could ask for at the moment. Like we're waiting on, some of those big movies. But anyways, I'll take what I could get. I don't know for sure, but I want to say 60 critic, 55 audience.
Wow, really?
Which is like
I would think the audience
accurate
would,
to me. Like that sounds about right to me. Like yeah.
I would think you reverse those.
Definitely, because usually the critics are much more picky. Audience is okay with just like popcorn, fun movie. So I'm kind of surprised, but I think that's about where I stand.
Yeah, even though I said I was disappointed, being disappointed doesn't necessarily mean I think it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
It just let me down where I saw so much potential.
Yeah, the actors.
And once, you meet the characters on screen, like, that raises the bar a little because I liked the characters. But where they went...
Maybe it's the editing. Is it the editing?
There were some things weird about it. That's why I said it seemed a little clumsy.
Terrible. Maybe clumsy is a good word.
We had even mentioned, like, during the movie, there was a scene where they're like, go get the girl or something. And we're like, wait, how do they know that it's... are they looking for her? Like, no one came across her yet. And
how do they know?
Why do they know it's a girl?
But I think we figured out what that was.
Possibly. We weren't sure. But
in other words,
there was other
choppy
moments.
Editing maybe here and there? Or...
There was other moments like that where I kind of questioned it a bit.
Yeah, I feel like there was a couple times like, wait, how do they know? Or how did they get there? Or why would he have done that?
Yeah.
Oh, like, he wakes up and she's sewing him up at the vet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how did she get this grown-ass man
that was a big one.
It's probably a deleted scene, but she probably got him in a shopping cart and took him, and it's the whole thing, but... Yeah,
not even the vet. I just wonder, how did they get out of that store? Like, there was people there. They killed a guy, like, right in the main
just everything,
aisle, like, the front of the store.
From there to there, it was like...
Like, you walk into a grocery store, like, the main entrance, you got registers here, like, the display.
Yeah.
And right there, they killed a guy.
I did think about the killing of the guy.
Somehow they got out.
In my mind, I'm thinking like the store was closed and they left, but it wasn't, right? Was there customers? Wasn't it open?
Well, when they came in, it was open and there was like cashiers there. Now I don't know how long they were in the back, and when they came back to the front, but even then there would be other employees.
Yeah, just the whole thing was like all of a sudden it cut to he's awake and he's not even questioning how did we get here. He's just like, oh. You know how to do that?
Yeah, that was a big moment, but there was others, little things like that.
I feel like that was probably like a cutscene or something. It's like, no, that's kind of important.
Yeah.
Because she's not super. I thought maybe she was going to end up being super because of that. Maybe she has some strength or something, or maybe she popped on the pills, or maybe she naturally has abilities, or like then that makes me start thinking stuff. And it was just poor editing.
Right.
Because her power was her word.
Right. Yeah.
It was interesting though. I kind of like the take on the superpowers that it was fucking the people up. Like Machine Gun Kelly's like face was all fucked up. Like he doesn't have healing abilities. Like he was fucking himself up when he did it.
Oh well, yeah. Like any drugs.
Like yeah, that's
meth
that.
Or something.
It made sense with the fact that it was a drug that was doing it. Because the people were. Or even Biggie or whatever, he had like these big huge veins and like he looked like he had been through some shit. And he's like the fancy one, so.
That was the thing too, like some of the abilities, it was like, okay, you take this pill, I guess you kind of know your ability. Like at first maybe you don't, but once you take one, time. Then you kind of know, oh, that's what it does to me.
Yeah.
I have this, whatever that comes out. It can be like Elsa or whatever, from Frozen. Or... So, but a few people have abilities, but even with these abilities, you're not Superman. You're not Wolverine. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of like the big guy, like he gets super strength or something, he's punching. That doesn't mean like he can't, like a bullet, it's not going to kill it. Like a bullet will kill him.
Yeah, he only has the one thing.
You have one thing, but you're acting like you are Superman. Or like this other guy who has his bones where he can, they protrude. So, okay,
so what happens afterwards?
Wolverine, but you're not Wolverine. You don't have the healing factor.
That's what I was
wondering.
So
you can't just run into people with guns and shotguns. Yeah, those are a few things that kind of took me out of it. So over the summer, we saw all these movies. Mm-hmm. One I was just thinking too was Lovebirds. That was at the beginning of the quarantine.
I was really looking forward to that, and it wasn't as good as I hoped, but it was good and funny. But they showed a lot in the preview. Go on.
Showed a lot in previews. It was decent. Again, Netflix movie, so.
It wasn't a Netflix movie though.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't intended to be. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's on. But it's on Netflix. You want to go watch it? I recommend it again, but I wouldn't say highly recommend it. Or if it was in theater, I'd be like, you gotta go and see it. It's good, but the trailer, like you said, a lot of
the trailer shows a lot of it. I love him, and she is absolutely gorgeous. I was watching the whole time. I was like, she is just so good to look at. Come on.
I don't remember what she looks like.
Really? She's so pretty. She's so pretty. I just love her. I'm like, I don't know who she is. I gotta start watching her stuff. Go on.
There was a couple of things we had bought. I'm trying to remember. I know King of Staten Island. Again, I'd recommend that. At this point, I think you can probably get it not for the theater price or whatever. Yeah. It's a little cheaper now, so I'd recommend that. I don't know if I'd recommend it at the $20 price.
It's a bit lower tier for the Judd Apatow movies, but it's one of his more serious ones. I think his high tier ones are his really funny ones.
Yeah, no, it was funny. I don't remember a lot of really crazy laugh out loud moments, but kind overall good and a little heartwarming.
Yeah, it had
most
heart,
of Apatow's
and
movies are.
It was kind of biopic-ish,
right?
Kind of inspired.
If you know the Pete Davidson story,
which he gets a lot of hate. I love him to death. Go on.
Anyway, so let us know what you think about if you've seen these movies, your review. If you want to, comment below, let us know what you thought of them. I guess that's it, right? What movies you're looking forward to. And I guess we're done.
See you there. See you on another time.
There you go.